earlier, I think it was earlier today even, former FBI Director James Comey, he posted a message that he saw a bunch of seashells lined up on the beach that said 8647. And now some of my fellow conservatives are taking it as a threat to the president. I guess the big question is a bunch of seashells on the beach a threat to the president? Representative, I'll start with you, Representative McCormick.
Sometimes you guys surprise me. This surprises me. I'm not one of the conspiracy theory guys. There's always going to be people that want to do harm to the president, of course. I mean, there isn't a president who's lived in the last 100 years who hasn't had somebody try to kill him. There's been several presidents who've been murdered over time, and they're going to continue to try to. One seashell number is not going to worry me any more than anything else. There's some real trouble, though. If you look at technologies, if you look at how we can control drones now, they're very difficult to defeat. You can have wire-guided drones. They could loiter in a certain area waiting for you to facially identify somebody. This is a real security problem. I don't care if you're the president or a Supreme Court justice. This could be instrumental in some really violent things happening in America and abroad. As a guy who's part of the armed services, actually, you're looking at both of us right now. We're worried about the technologies and how it can be used against sitting politicians that could affect the outcome of this great nation.
Yeah. And Congressman Smith, I assume you'd agree, this kind of stuff is just a distraction from real threats, I imagine.
Well, two things. One, I think we need to acknowledge that the threats to elected officials are greater now than they've ever been during my time in service and in the last 30 or 40 years. And we've seen it. I mean, Governor Shapiro's, the mansion was attacked. Paul Pelosi, obviously the two assassination attempts on President Trump. There is an acceptance of violence, I believe, on both the far right and the far left that is deeply problematic. But saying that someone should be deep sixed as a president, that's part. Richard and I both, we got people who disagree with us. Fire Adam Smith. We need to get rid of him. That's not a physical threat. That's a political threat. And I think 8647 cannot be categorized as a threat. And it's not something that the internet and the social media world should be bothering themselves about.
I got to be, it took me a second. I used to work in a restaurant. They used to say 86 the dishes. I don't think it meant assassinate the dishes. I think it meant, hey, Sununu, get these dirty dishes out of here. Gentlemen, cannot thank you guys enough for taking the time. Really appreciate it. A lot of work to be done, but I think America's looking to folks like yourself to find that bridge and actually move the ball forward, especially on a lot of these healthcare issues that are really facing the nation. So thank you guys so much.
Good. Thanks,
Appreciate you. Thanks.
You bet.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.